So my first question is a little bit about your story, how you got to the academy, because the Naval Academy, as I understand it, is not something that you just like senior year one day and you're like, I just think I want to go to the Naval Academy. It's something that you probably knew when you were, what, a freshman, sophomore?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I knew I wanted to go to a service academy since pretty early, like 8th grade.
Yeah.
My dad introduced it to me. We had a family history of military, so having that goal really helped because, like you said, you don't really stumble upon it your junior, senior year because not only is the application process long and arduous, like you really have to be setting goals and getting those because they have a lot of requirements, everything from physical to academics to leadership roles. So I knew what I wanted to do with that pretty early.
So you had the advantage of having a military background with your family. What's your advice to parents of maybe a middle schooler or early high schooler who their son or daughter is considering an academy? What's your advice to them? What should they get their children involved in?
Yeah, really just, it's all about being well-rounded. You know, everything at the academy is about developing ourselves in moral, mental, and physical areas, and that's what they're looking for when they're choosing applicants. So just not being too focused on one thing. Get them involved in athletics, extracurricular activities, and always striving for leadership roles within those. The academy loves to see those leadership roles.
And good grades too. You couldn't get in without good grades.
Yeah, the good grades are there. They don't publish a minimum GPA, but they're looking for top 20%. They're looking for the AP classes, so pretty tough to get in without those. So if you know early on, you can go ahead and start taking those classes.
So why did the academy want you to do this?
Want me to do this speaking role?
Yeah.
Yeah, our relationship with the public is so important to anything in the military, and we're one of the commissioning sources for officers in the military. We're a four-year university, so anytime we can go out and spread the word, it's a better relationship with the public, have students that are really gifted who might not have heard of the academies, who they might be a great fit. Any way we can reach those people, that's what they're looking to do. So this is just one of those outreach programs. So anytime that midshipmen get their boots on the ground, get to talk to students, they're going to take that opportunity. So that's what I'm spending this whole week doing, going to some schools, meeting with some candidates who are trying to go to the academy. So
what's your sales pitch? So if someone is the kind of person that would qualify the things that you described, they're well-rounded, they have leadership roles, they have the grades, why should they go to the academy as opposed to Harvard, Yale, Columbia, or even the University of Georgia? Why should they go to the academy?
Yeah, because we stack up against those schools academically and stuff, but to me, the greatest benefit of the Naval Academy are just the unique experiences that you're not gonna be getting anywhere else. Everywhere from working with foreign militaries, and you'll be learning languages and learning how to communicate with top officers in those, all the way towards internships with naval research labs and stuff that I just was not going to be able to do if I went to a civilian institution. So yeah, it's really a great way to push yourselves, and that whole rounded thing. I mean, to everything from taking boxing and wrestling classes to that academic side, they are going to make sure that you are fully rounded before putting you into the fleet. So that, I mean, the energy that they put into their midshipmen, that's really what attracted me to go into the Naval Academy. And that's what I say to students who are interested in saying, like, if you want people that are going to meet you halfway in your development, that's the place. That's the place to do it.
And I think it's safe to say, too, that graduates of the Naval Academy, for the most part, I would imagine that the success rate and even the financial stability rate among people who graduate from the Naval Academy is higher than even somewhere like the University of Georgia. You're kind of, I mean, you have to put in the work. It's not like you can just go to the Naval Academy and sit back and like your life will unfold, but you pretty much are set for life once you graduate from an academy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think 18-year-olds are really thinking about that? Are the guys and girls that you're talking to, are they considering the Naval Academy for how it'll set them up, when they're 30, 40, have kids? It's kind of hard when you're, 15.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's funny because that was not really in the front of my mind when I was choosing to go to a service academy. That's one of the great perks that come along with how we do our service. We have mandatory 5 years of service after going to school. It's one of the ways that you pay back them paying for our schooling, because we're all on full scholarship.
Right.
And that's the experience that comes with that service on top of the degree you get through the Naval Academy. That's what employers love to see. That's what the alumni network is looking for. And yeah, I mean, it's all benefits from giving that service, giving your time, giving your effort. So even if someone's not thinking that far ahead, those are things that you'll know you're going to come, because if you're going to the Naval Academy for the right service, that's your opportunity to put this institution, this country, before your own interest. Your interest will ultimately be served through that, and that's just like a great way that the Academy reciprocates your hard work.
Do you run into people who are not so sure about serving for 5 years? They're like, 4 years at a military academy sounds great, but 5 years afterwards, that's a long time. What do you tell men and women who are kind of maybe hesitant about 5 years of serving their country? I'd imagine people are, if they're considering a Naval Academy, they're sold in to wanting to serve, and 5 years is not bad seeming to them. But what's kind of your conversation like with students, maybe who are on the fence?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it's funny because you meet a myriad of responses to that service. Some people view it as, hey, that's a guaranteed job. I'm not going to, and it's been nice this year not having to worry about the job search. That has been fantastic. But you do have that other side where, I'm really worried about that service. I mean, first of all my friends who freshman year had qualms about that service, they went away. I mean, we really don't view what we're doing as this mandatory job. It's this exciting opportunity to work with really brilliant technical people, the enlisted sailors and Marines, and so those qualms are almost always quelled. And for students that's kind of what I tell students that are worried about it. But that is something that service, you can't sugarcoat it. The school does not want people that are not interested in serving our country in that military capacity. And a lot of times those students that decide that the Naval Academy isn't for them, well, they're still doing great service to the country in other ways, whether it's being a teacher, becoming a doctor in their own capacity. So yeah, that's something that normally comes through the process. People figure it out.
So what is your future trajectory? Are you doing more schooling? Are you going straight to your service?
Yeah, so I'm actually fresh off of service selection. So we all know that we're going into the military through the Navy, but we don't know specifically if we're going to be on submarines, Marine Corps, pilot, what have you. And this last Thursday, the seniors, and I'm in the graduating class 2019, so this is my senior year, we found out what service we're going to be going into. So I got my first choice, naval aviator, so going to be a pilot, pretty excited about that. I don't think I got the smile off my face for like 2 days after I found out. So as soon as I graduate, the schooling will continue.
I was going to say, that's flight school next.
Flight school, going to go down to Pensacola. So I'm just so excited. Like the pedal, ever since high school, setting the goals of trying to go to the academy and then trying to be successful at the academy. The foot does not come off the pedal. You just got to accelerate, and we're so proud of our service, and we're some of the most capable war fighters in the world, and that doesn't just fall into our laps. We're going to have to work for it, and just like I talked about with the academy, they meet you halfway. I've just heard nothing but great things about the instructors at flight school, and all the friends that I have that are going on to flight school with me. We all have that mindset that we are just going to continue working as hard as we can. So
why was that your first choice?
It's funny because I feel like a lot of my friends that chose naval aviation, they knew they wanted to be a pilot since they saw Top Gun for the first time, or Star Wars with the X-Wings. Right. I really was not sure. It seems like each community has a very set personality type that people just fall into, and I kind of meandered for the first 2 years not knowing what I wanted to do. But the academy exposes you so much. It's one of the great things about the academies. They expose you to all the different branches during the summer, with officers that you interact with on a daily basis. So by the time that you get to your senior year, when you actually put in your selection, very few people don't know what they want to do. And the interactions that I had with the aviation community, I mean, there was not one time where I was saying, oh, that person is not who I want to be. I always wanted to strive to be that officer that I was talking to. So just a great fit for me, and I'm not going to look back as I keep going forward.
Army-Navy game. You guys going to win this year?
It's funny. My roommate is a football player, so they're preparing hard. It's been a tough season so far, and we blame it on the freshmen who are coming in. All of a sudden, the football team's bad. You got to put it on somebody. They'll be the scapegoats. Right. You never know with the Army-Navy game, even though Army's ranked for the first time since early 2000s or something absurd. So you never know. Navy's not out of it. We're gonna fight to the last second. That's what it's all about. Just like everything else we do. You're never gonna quit. You might be getting beaten the first quarter, but we're gonna bring our A game, and I'm confident we're gonna pull out a win.